Hello everyone, welcome back to the class. Today let's learn about economy of a Mauryan Empire. So economy means effective management of resources of a community or a system. Taxation. Land revenue was the main resources of income for the government. So the land revenue, the revenue of the land was the main source of income for the government. It was fixed between 1/4 and 1/6 of the produce depending upon the fertility of the soil. According to the fertility of the soil, it was calculated. The revenue, land revenue was calculated according to the produce and depending upon the fertility of the soil. Other sources of income were forests, mines, customs, trade, crafts, as well as fines and gifts. So, other sources of income of the country or a kingdom was forests, mines, customs, trade, crafts, as well as the fines and gifts. There is also a reference to water tax in the Arthashastra. Water tax was referred in the literary sources of Arthashastra. In Arthashastra, we can see the reference of water tax was existed. The money collected through taxes was spent on maintaining the army, paying salaries to government officials, charities, and on public welfare activities such as building hospitals and roads. So we know that the money we get through different kinds of taxes. So these monies were spent on maintaining the army, paying salaries to the government officials, and also charity works and public welfare activities. Public welfare activities such as what? Building of hospitals and roads. So, in order to build hospitals and roads, the money was spent. Next is occupation. Occupations. The most people were farmers, but there were also a large number of artisans, herdsmen, and carpenters. So, the most people were involved in agriculture. They were farmers, and also a large number of artisans, herdsmen, and carpenters also were there. The army employed a great many people, as did the government. People also involved as a army. They worked in the army of the king. Next is trade. Trade was the major sources of revenue. Traders were organized into guilds. So guilds, what is the meaning of guild? So that is an organization of people who do the same job. So it is an organization of the people who do the same job. So that was telling that trade was the major source of revenue. Another major source of revenue was trade, and traders were organized into guilds. So both inland and overseas trade flourished. So in two routes, that is in a land route as well as in a sea route, the trade flourished. Caravans, traders carrying large quantities of goods moved from one part of the country to other. So the caravan traders, those who have the trade by a boat like that, so they moved one part of the country to other part of the country by having or carrying large quantities of goods. The next, that is a Patliputra. So Patliputra, as we already learned, that was the center of Mauryan Empire. So Patliputra, Ujjaini, Taxila, that is also known as a Takshashila, and Brooch were important inland trading centers. So which are the important inland trading center of Mauryan Empire? That were Patliputra, Ujjaini, Taxila, and Brooch. So these are the important inland trading centers. Overseas trade was carried on with Rome, Egypt, China, and Sri Lanka. So sea route, through sea route, they had trade with other countries such as Rome, Egypt, China, and Sri Lanka. All traders had to pay taxes and custom duties depending upon the value of their goods. So all traders had to pay the taxes according to their value of their goods. So the next is a society. So society, both Megasthenians and Kautilya tells us about Mauryan society. So we already learned that from Indica as well as the Arthashastra, these two are the main literary sources from which we get the information about Mauryan Empire. So from these authors' books, we get the information about the Mauryan society. So according to Megasthenians, the upper classes, that is Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, continued to enjoy their privileged position. So which are the upper classes? First was the Brahmins, second is the Kshatriyas, then third one was Vaishyas. So these classes enjoyed their privileged position. Today we learned about the society, that is the economy of Mauryan Empire through taxation, occupation, trade, and we also learned about the society of Mauryan Empire. I hope you understand this particular topic. We will be continuing with the chapter. This is for today. Bye bye.